Welcome to another Adventures in Eagle Territory. It is summer, and when summer rolls along, we need some extra hands around here to help us out. And we rely on our interns to do that. Now, throughout the school year, Jared Lewick, who is our aid and care assistant manager, but also our intern coordinator, visits area schools, Stevens Point, University of Minnesota, a variety of schools, to visit with potential interns. He then interviews them and then narrows it down to our choices for the summer. And today I have one of those with us today. Her name is Shelby Isensee. Isensee. It's going to take me a while. Sorry, Shelby Isensee. It's probably going to take me till the end of the summer to get that. I apologize for that. Shelby Isensee. Yes. Shelby Isensee is here today with us today, and she is our intern here for the summer. And so welcome, Shelby. You've been on board here for about 2 weeks now. Yep. And so Shelby, tell us a little bit about your school background. Where'd you come from? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Sheffield, Minnesota. I've been there my whole life, and then I went to University of Wisconsin Stevens Point my freshman year, and then this fall I will be transferring to South Dakota State University in South Dakota, Brookings, South Dakota, and I will be still in the same major. I'll be in wildlife and fishery sciences with the hope to go into research and maybe specialize in bald eagles, which is what I'm working with, or waterfowl, which is ducks. Okay, great.
And so what was it, maybe your childhood or something that when you were very young said, hey, I want to do that. That's pretty cool. Well, some people want to be an ambulance driver or whatever. You want to work with eagles?
So growing up, I actually didn't really know what I wanted to do, but as I got older, I got a love for wildlife and the outdoors, so I knew I wanted to be outdoors. My parents, I had an art history with me, like I was really good at drawing, so my parents wanted me to go into graphic design or something like that, but I told them I really wanted to be outdoors and like help animals grow in population and make their habitat as best as possible for them. So I grew up hunting ducks my whole life, so I got a love for them early on, and then I just grew up loving eagles and like the American flag together kind of thing, so that's how I got that going.
Yeah, I don't know if the audience can see this, but I would comment about the American flag in your shoes. I mean, I do get the connection now. I was going to comment on those, but now I get that, so thanks for sharing that. And so, out waterfowl hunting, you're working with a dog. Is that right? Yep. Yeah, and so I'm sure you've had some good hunting dogs over years. Who is your favorite and why?
My favorite probably would have been our last dog, Sadie, so far. And our dog that we currently have, Regal, she's a black lab. But our older dog from our last dog, Sadie, she taught Regal how to hunt as well as she did. So like if a duck was gonna dive underwater because it was wounded and trying to get away, Sadie would actually dive under the water and go get that duck. She just wouldn't like forget it because it just disappeared.
It's gone. She knew it was there.
She'd go with it and come up with the bird.
Wow, and she's taught that to Regal.
Yep.
Awesome.
Regal has done the same thing now.
So when I picture this dog, jumping into the water, going after the duck, retrieving it, bringing it back in, it's probably cold weather out there. The dog is cold, wet, you're cold and wet. And then you go home, and then does the dog go into the kennel? Or does the dog come in the house? And does it have a special sleeping area, or does it sleep in the bed?
So our dogs are not allowed on the furniture. When we come home, we have multiple beds. So we got one next to a fireplace, and we'll turn that on for them in the winter. And then we got one in our bar room where we spend a lot of our time together. But they all come in the house. The only time we put them outside in a kennel is when we're going away for a long time and they can't come with us. For our kennel, we have an outdoor and an indoor that's attached, so they can pick if they want to be outside or inside, so that helps a lot.
Okay. Great, cool. Well, Shelby Isensee?
Yes.
I've got another question for you. I can't even think what it was because now I got it right. Isensee. All right, Shelby Isensee. So you've been here about 2 weeks. Yep. What has been the most challenging thing so far here, and what has been the most fun thing being an intern at the National Eagle Center?
So the most fun thing for me is kind of all of it together. It all works together with each other as you keep learning. I love looking at the eagles and their different behaviors and learning that all day, and all the different information and history that you can learn about them. Like, I know Harriet, I didn't know that she was on the
Minnesota license plates.
Yeah, and
Supporter troops.
we have that license plate.
My, cool.
So I was like, oh, that's Harriet. It just didn't click until I came here and actually read about it.
Oh, nice.
The most challenging part, holding a 10-pound bag of gravel on your arm for 10 minutes. I still have
why do you have to hold a 10-pound gravel on your arm for 10 minutes?
So we have to do that to pass. Once we pass that and all our other different checkpoints, we'll be able to hold an eagle at the end of our internship. But an eagle weighs approximately 10 pounds, so you have to be able to hold the eagle that long without shaking or moving, because the eagle needs to be comfortable and you don't want to like drop them or anything. So.
Sure. So that's what you're working towards.
Yeah, right? I'm working towards that.
And how's that going? Are you getting to like 2 minutes or 3, or where are we at?
I'm actually at 6 minutes right now. I just tried my first.
High five, 6 minutes. All right.
I just tried my first time.
2 weeks in. That's amazing.
Yeah, on Sunday I tried for my first time and I got 6 minutes. I got a little shaky at the end, but I'm definitely going to keep working towards it.
All right. Great, great. And so my guess is that, you know, being a waterfowl hunter, you're probably used to the processing of the meat and things like that. How has that been going here? We're not feeding duck. We're having rat and rabbit, and so how is that going for you?
Tiffany and Jared have taught us a lot, so they each do it a different way, but it's usually pretty similar, and it's easy to pick up on, especially since I've actually been like cleaning the ducks we get and the turkey we get and like all the meat that we kill ourselves when we go hunting. And it really like helped me pick it up here and how to like, okay, this is where you cut and this is what you do next. And it's pretty easy to pick up on.
Great, great. Well, you know, I gotta say, I'm biased by this, but interns here really do have a great opportunity to learn so much from such unique staff members that we have. You mentioned the avian care staff, we have education staff. You get to learn so much and do so many different things. And then look at, you get to be by eagles every day, as you mentioned, and we're along the river. I mean, it's a really pretty cool experience. And so I looking forward to having you here for the rest of the summer, and looking forward to watching you with your career in the wildlife field. But before you spin the wheel, I want to make sure, do you want to say hi to anybody, give a shout out to anybody at home, thank you or something? Here's your opportunity to say, hey Martha, thank you for the cookies, or whatever it was.
I guess I'd like to thank my parents for always supporting me and showing love to whatever career choice I have chosen. They've always been my biggest supporters, and my sister for always pushing me so far and hard and not letting me quit when I feel like I want to quit. And my aunt, she loves me.
Your aunt?
My aunt Lori, she always, if I'm in a really tough time and I know like I don't want to talk to my parents about it, or like I'm not around them, she's always there for me whenever I need her, and she helps like calm me down and like make sure I got the next steps going.
All right, well, thank you to your parents and to your Aunt Lori for producing such a wonderful young lady here that we're excited to have at the National Eagle Center this summer. So thank you again for tuning in to Adventures in the Eagles Territory.